How you guys and girls doing today? Black Boy Gamer here. In this video, I'm bringing y'all an Overwatch discussion on how to stay on your A game. Let's do it.
Young Savage, why you trapping so hard? Why these niggas capping so hard? Why you got a 12-car garage? Why you pulling out?
So like I always say, y'all, appreciate all the support and everything I get on my videos. Y'all just aren't subscribers or viewers, but y'all family, and I appreciate it. New to the channel, please make sure to subscribe and like. It really helps out. With that being said, let's get straight into the video. So I got one tip to bring to y'all in this video, but I'm going to elaborate on it a lot. And the very first tip I have for y'all is when you want to stay on top of your A game, you have to never get comfortable. Now I'm going to share with y'all a backstory since it's a little discussion. I've been playing a lot of For Honor lately, as you can see from my channel. And the difference between For Honor and Overwatch is the fact that it's all your skill. There's like a whole different mindset when you go into a game like that. Let me explain what I mean by that. When you go into a game such as For Honor, you go into a game, 1v1 or 2v2 or what have you, it's like you can't lose. Like, you have the mentality of, I cannot lose. I cannot, make a mistake, because if I make a mistake, that's my life. That's it. That it's over for that round, or it's over for that game. With Overwatch, you kind of have like this mentality of, it's okay. I have people to fall back on, healers and stuff like that. I'm not the only one who can get blamed for like, mistakes and stuff like that, or I wasn't perfect. Nobody else was perfect. So it gives you that whole entire relaxed mindset. And what I realized, and most people, what they're going through in most competitive games, and what I noticed what I was going through when I started losing SR, like I tanked down. I was like 3460. I was one game away from master, and I tanked back down to 2800. I just got back up to 3000 trying to get to master again before the season ends. And what I realized, the mistake that I made was, after playing a game like For Honor, like, it's a whole different mindset. Like, I'm switching mindsets from I have to win to I kind of have to win, because like it's like, oh, I have 6 people on my team. You're expecting something. You're expecting heals. You're expecting, have somebody to fall back on. You're expecting that round to be good. Like, you need to go into Overwatch with the mindset of, I'm by myself. I'm by myself, but it just so happens that I have a team that I communicate with. I can have people who call out. I can just call out to somebody random on my team, but they might not even kill them. You can have like somebody on your team. You just so happen to say, Genji, take out that Widowmaker, and then Widowmaker snipes them. Like, it just so happens you have people, but you need to have the mentality of, I'm always by myself. Because you know why? Because once you have that mentality, you do a lot better. The reason why I say that is because once you have like a mindset of, I'm by myself, you can't rely on others. It's like, I'm doing this by myself. And also it humbles you, because you're going to start blaming yourself. So at the end of that game, you have to think to yourself, if you lost, what did I do to make us lose? Not what did the team do? Because if you think about it, 1 or 2 games, okay, you can try to use excuses for that and say, then there's still excuses. Oh, we lost because healers weren't good, or tanks were DPS weren't. But after 5 or 6 games, you're on a losing streak, though. You need to start evaluating, and it's everybody's effort. But you need to think about it like this. Have the gameplay, what I like to say is, have the gameplay like you're playing with a team, but have the mindset that you're by yourself. Because once you go into a game and you think to yourself, this is serious. This is not a game. If I make one mistake, I'm dead. It's all my fault. Why did I die right there? I wanted to bring y'all more content. But I'm not going to lie to y'all. After I dropped down from 34 something on PC all the way down to 2800 and lost like 6 or 7 games in a row, and number 1, I solo queued, and after, y'all, I was thinking to myself, okay, fuck this game. Like, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like when you go through that, it's like and the thing about it, which eats you alive, is you already know that you only have yourself to blame. I'm sorry, but there's just no excuse for it. What did you do? Not what did they do? What did you do? So when it comes down to it, you have to think to yourself, not what did they do wrong? What did you do wrong? Why weren't you gold in eliminations? Even if you are, why didn't you get that kill right there? Why did you get picked off right there? Well, no, Roadhog hooked me because our Reinhardt shield wasn't. No, you were out of position, therefore you got hooked. Oh, why'd you get slept right there by Anna and they were able to pick you off? Oh, because that sleep dart has too much range and it hits boxes. No, because you were out of position. And she was able, you have to have that kind of mindset, because not only does it humble you, but you start to think to yourself, okay, now it's all up to me. When you go into a game with a mindset of, it's all up to me, I can't afford mistakes. That's what I was trying to get out. You can't afford mistakes. You go into a game thinking you can't afford mistakes and that you're by yourself. It's just a coincidence that you have people behind you that aren't attacking you and they're attacking the enemy team. That's what you got to think of. It just happens to be we have a team that I can talk to and I can do call outs. Don't expect anything from the call outs, but just so happen that I can say, oh yeah, by the way, person over here, person up top of there, somebody just use ultimate. Look out, it just so happens. But think in your mind, say to yourself in your mind, listen, I'm by myself. Now, this does not mean, and don't get it confused, that does not mean, oh, I can just go all willy-nilly since I'm technically by myself. I will just go and 1v6 them and try to go flank and end up. No. That's stupid. That's how you get picked. Play with a team mindset. Play with a team, like a team action, like play with action, or play with like a style of a team, but have the mindset that you're by yourself, because you're going to take it a lot seriously. Like I realize when I go into competitive games, and I've noticed this about a lot of other people that have been asking me, it's like when they go into a competitive game, they have like this big this big ego, or like this big, or they're like, I'm good. I don't know about my team though, but I know I'm going to do good. I'm getting golds, and like I say, y'all, this, just because you use this does not mean you're going to win 100% of the time. Like, I'm sorry, but things, when it comes down to it, things that are out of your control, like somebody leaving the game mid-game, being AFK, or somebody, just being a troll, there's nothing you can do to prevent that. But at the very end of the match, if everything went normal, it just so happened that those 5 people that you had in your team, by coincidence, are still there and you lost, don't say, healer, why weren't you doing this? DPS, why are you doing this? Think to yourself, what did I do wrong? What couldn't I have improved? Why did I die all those times? Start thinking that to yourself, and start thinking to yourself that you cannot afford mistakes. Like I said, y'all, For Honor is a game that you can't afford mistakes. There's no such thing as they did that wrong. There are no heals. There are no, and also that'd be another good thing I would recommend for y'all. If you have not played a game like that, try to play a game like that and pay attention to your mentality. Play a game that is not based off of a team. Like play a game that's 1v1, one like a Mortal Kombat or fighting game, and then try to come back to Overwatch and watch how your mindset changes. Like I said, when I go into a game on For Honor, I'm just sitting there like, okay, I can't lose. It's just skill versus skill. That's all that is. Like, there is no such thing as making a mistake. There is no random biotic grenade that's gonna come out of nowhere and heal me. There's not gonna be a random Roadhog cook. It's me versus whoever that hero is, whoever that online player is. If I lose, it's because my skill was less and he had more skill and more experience than I did on the battlefield, and I plain and simply lost. That's the same way you need to think about when you go into Overwatch. Don't sit there with the mindset of, oh well, my team should carry me, or no. Play and have the action as a team, but have the mindset of being solo, and have the mindset of saying, this is all up to me. This is my fault. This is my responsibility. Let me go on ahead and do what I got to do. And I can guarantee you're going to gain SR and see a big difference in your play, because you're going to take it a lot seriously. I just wanted to bring y'all this video because I thought that people who lose a lot of SR and they go on streaks like that, like, maybe that when they go into a different game, when they play a different game, if they take a break and go to a different game, maybe they notice that they play different. Or I had someone ask me, or someone say, I do better in this game, but not in Overwatch, and why is that? And I, was thinking that, of course, when you have a team, you're relying on your team, but stop relying on your team and rely on yourself. It just so happens that you might get heals. It just so happens that you might get a tank that hooks someone when you're about to die. You might be able to get nano boosted. You might, it just so happens that you might, but in case you don't, you need to cover your own ass. I just want to let y'all know that. I'll catch y'all in the next video. BBG. Out.
Let's get Wiz Khalifa high, yeah. Get meditated over medicated, get Wiz Khalifa.